Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Hope you are all well. Today I will tell you about the character sketch of Julius Caesar. Shakespeare's presentation of the character of Julius Caesar has proved a great puzzle to the critics. According to some view, Shakespeare does scant justice to the character of the mighty conqueror in history and has depicted him in such a way that instead of being an object of awe and admiration, he becomes to some extent an object of contempt. According to Dowden, when he does appear, the poet seems anxious to insist upon the weakness rather than the strength of Caesar. According to Bernard Shaw, Shakespeare wrote Caesar down for the merely technical purpose of writing Brutus up, but these are not true. Shakespeare's Caesar is adored by the people, not universally hated. He possesses courage, insight, and resolution. Otherwise, he would never have been able to get the start of the majestic world and bear the palm alone. There is magnanimity in his utterance. What touches us ourselves shall be last served. A close study of this play will prove conclusively that Shakespeare's Caesar is a heroic and ideal figure, in spite of certain blemishes which are the facts of history. The greatness of Caesar is evident from the very beginning of the play. He is the idol of the mob, which are out in the streets to pay homage to him on his triumphant return from the Battle of Munda. He is not hated even by his enemies. Even Caesar indirectly pays a tribute to him when he cries in amazement, "A man of such feeble temper should so get the start of the majestic world." According to Brutus, he is the foremost man of the world. According to Antony, Caesar is the noblest man that ever lived in the tide of times. So, it cannot be maintained that Shakespeare has made travesty of the great conqueror. As to his courage, resolution, and insight into human character, we get enough in the play. He is not afraid of danger and says that danger knows full well that Caesar is more dangerous than he. Cowardice is a weakness that he detests from the core of his heart. Of his constancy, he himself says, "I am so constant as the northern star." Once he decides upon something, there is no power on earth can move him an inch from his position. Among his other qualities that are emphasized in the play are that he is a tender and loving husband, a kind and hospitable friend. We saw how he treated the conspirators to breakfast when their swords are already lifted against him. When Artemidorus presents him a scroll to read it first, for it touches Caesar nearer, his words are, "What touches us ourselves shall be last served." There is something sublime in this self-denial. Thus, in all things, Caesar is high, mighty, and puissant. Side by side with his moral greatness, the physical infirmities of Caesar have been insisted on, for these are the facts of history. This dictator is enfeebled in body, is subject to epileptic fits. He is deaf of one ear. He is superstitious, as well as we see a touch of self-deception in him. In spite of his physical and mental infirmities, Caesar is endowed with genius. He has raised himself to the headship of a great emperor. But he is only a man, and as a man, he constantly gives the lie to the majesty which the spirit of Caesar enjoins. Shakespeare presents him as a great man as well as shows the irony of human greatness. He represents Caesar not as great in spite of his littleness, but little in spite of his greatness. There is a contrast between the Caesar, the man, and the Caesar idea throughout the play. In the end, Caesarism triumphs. Brutus and his confederates struggle vainly against this Caesar idea. If you are new to my channel, please like, share and subscribe the channel and click the bell to get immediate notification of next episode.